2, you know what it is. OTB Bros back in the cut, you know,
Gang,
shop.
gang.
So, NC is what?
North Carolina.
So, North Carolina House passes bill blocking transgender athletes from women's sports. And when I tell y'all, I can't wait to let y'all know my opinion. Y'all might hate me.
I'm gonna let y'all know how I'm feeling before the video even starts. So, off the rip, fam, the way I feel, like, let's just throw this out there. I have nothing against transgender people. Like, I'm one of those people, I feel like you should be happy in your own skin. So whatever you do that makes you happy, please do that. But as far, like, I play college
for some chicken.
I play college football, you feel me? So, like, as far as, like, athletic differences between biological males and females, bro, it's incomparable. Like, you cannot have someone who was born male participating in female sports. And I understand, like, that's how they identify, and so you want them to have that whole experience and feel some type of way. But, bro, you can't do that shit, bro. Like, women work just as hard as men in their sports, fam. Like, there are women who wake up every day, grind their ass off, and to get beat out by someone who's not, like, it's not even, like, they have a competitive advantage, and that's not fair, you feel me? And, like, I don't agree with that.
Me neither.
I don't agree with that.
And so I think that's facts. I agree.
So now here's my thing. Now, if y'all want to
if they were to allow that,
no, you can't.
It would be. They are, but it's like if they were to allow that shit, think about how many people could finesse. Like,
fam,
you don't even really gotta change your body, fam. If you
fam,
if I
listen, fam, if I sit here,
a whole suit made. And I'm going out there and I'm cooking y'all for them M's.
I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all, bro. And, like, I'm gonna be humble as fuck, bro. Like, I play college sports. I retired about a year ago. Ran track, played football, all that shit, fam. Listen, I can identify as a girl right now today and go pro. In track? What? You think I can make, bro, what? Come on, fam. At the times, I can do that. So, like, it's not fair, bro. Like, there's a competitive, like, advantage there. And so, like, I personally just don't think that transgenders should be able to participate in women's sports. Now, what I think should happen, now, if y'all want to make it fair and give them their own league, that's okay. Like, have male, female,
that's doing too much, man.
Transgender, whatever. But you cannot put someone who was born male in a sporting event with a female and call that fair, you feel me? Especially in, like, high school and shit like that. Like, I seen something where it was a professional swimmer, and they won, like, the girls swimming. But, like, in the boys' rankings, it was, like, 200th or something like that in the world.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? But they won because they identified as a girl, and they raced with the girls. I can't remember the name, but I seen that story not too long ago, probably within the last 2 or 3 years, you feel me? But that's just my stance before we go into this video, so let's see where this shit goes. That definitely
shouldn't be a thing. But I'm also going to say transgender leagues and shit like that. I ain't gonna like, bro, I don't want to say nothing to get, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
we live in a cancel culture, so I know what you thinking. But
it's like,
speaking
a transgender pro league, like, come on, fam. If you do it in one sport, you have to do it in all.
Yeah.
Man, we 20 years behind on all that.
But is this high school or is this I was thinking high school. That's why I was saying that. Like, I just feel like, bro, I don't know. Like, if you were born male and you don't want to compete with the males, you shouldn't be able to compete with the females. So if y'all want to create something that's in between that, by all means, be my guest. But, like, if I have a daughter who runs track and say she's a stud, fam, she's the fastest girl in the country, but she's out here getting beat by a dude every time and it's crushing her car. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, now there's girls that play dude sports.
That's a fact, but girls playing dude sports doesn't make them a dude.
Right.
I've seen girl arena league football, but guess what? It's all girls playing. I ain't see Ray Lewis out there.
Okay, let's talk about that.
You know, it's just a physical.
How come girls can do that and guys can't? Is that because
guys do that? Guys do gymnastics. Guys do all types. Guys cheer. There's all types of guys.
Okay,
that do women's
talking
sports.
shit.
But
I seen niggas do ballet and shit.
Like, there's co-ed shit like that. Yeah, exactly.
On me.
Exactly. Like, there's shit for that, bro. There's
but
a way we can
go do, like.
There's a way we can.
Yeah.
Like, there's a way we can accommodate for it, and we just haven't figured it out yet. But I just feel like, to me, it's wrong for them to participate in women's sports.
Right.
That's just my opinion.
And here's the thing.
Go ahead.
It makes sense because, like, you can't sit here and say, like, it's different. Like, we have sports that girls don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like football.
Like they created that arena football shit for those girls, but like that's like damn near new. Like
that lingerie league, that's for that shit bro, that's not really, the same thing.
That shit ain't for real,
right?
Yeah. But like, if a dude wanted to play their sport, like, there's nothing that they have that we couldn't do or that we don't have. So like, they can do all the cheer and all the women. They can actually literally do that.
I see what you're saying.
And then if they wanted to play basketball, there's no need. We have men basketball.
Right.
The only way you would want to go over there and play that shit is either because now you see your gender as a woman, which is.
Only thing that's different is
when you make that
baseball.
When you make that change, you gotta understand you're making sacrifices, right. And that's a sacrifice. Like you can no longer, you don't label. Hell no, fam. I just don't see that, bro. And then you got people talking about I'm they. Okay, we don't have they leagues, nigga. We got the men's league and the women's league. If you were they, fam, it's you out of there.
And see, I
can't draft you.
And that's why I said, bro, like at that point, like you have to give them their own league, fam. Because what else are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you made a sacrifice to change your body. Like, you was born this way, fam. That's a natural. Like, come on. This is everything we're doing here is damn near natural.
No, and I definitely feel that, and I understand that, bro. But like, at the end of the day, the only way to make both sides happy is you have to do like.
You would have to compromise and do that.
You have to compromise, but at the same time, are the people that identify what they want to identify going to be happy with that? Because in their heart, they're going to feel like, hey, I'm a man now, or I'm a female now.
Right.
Why are you putting me in a they league? Right. Exactly. And so it's just a controversial. It's a controversial topic, fam.
It's too much shit.
You know, everyone's gonna have their opinion. Some people are gonna be on one side, some people are gonna want to be on the other. But before we go into this video, I just wanted to kind of share what my thought process was before we hear whatever we're about to hear.
Now, if you do some changes as a jit, I don't know, I might give you the pass because you probably been taking hormone changes for years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's
nobody's
doing that.
D-Wade's son did that, fam.
Oh yeah, he only one.
It happens, fam. Like, that shit happens all the time. Like, that's like a big thing right now. Like, this is a controversial topic.
That's the first one I ever seen and the only one I ever seen, though. Like,
well, but that's because that's a famous person's child, and that's why. But I guarantee you that's not the first person ever.
I mean, it can't be. It's billions.
Right. I'm hyped for this.
Schools at every level in North Carolina could now be affected by a push to keep transgender women from competing on women's sports teams. Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Angela Taylor.
And I'm Rod Carter. State lawmakers voted on a bill that will block athletes from competing based on their gender identity. Capitol reporter Michael Hyland is live in Raleigh for us tonight with the very latest on where that stands. Michael.
And that bill passed late this afternoon. A few Democrats voted with all of the Republicans to pass it. And now North Carolina could end up joining about 20 other states in enacting laws like this. From middle and high school through college, schools in North Carolina could have new regulations when it comes to transgender athletes.
I suffered from a concussion and neck injury that to this day I'm still recovering from.
Peyton McNabb is talking about an incident last fall when a transgender athlete she competed against spiked a volleyball and injured her.
I may be the first to come before you with an injury, but if this doesn't pass, I won't be the last.
A bill the House took up Wednesday would block athletes.
Come on, bro. Shout out to the gang. They got the little cross out there. You know, that's my shit. You know, you can't stop me. Come on, let me stop.
But what she was saying right there, that's like the physical dominant aspect that I was talking about.
Exactly.
A male is just going to naturally be strong. Like, you can take the weakest male, and he can probably, like, in the strength-wise, like, he's just naturally going to be
50% with them bitches.
You know what I'm saying?
Versus 99% not competing with the men.
Right, and so it's just, I don't know. I don't like that, fam. Like, that's just like me being able to, like, I played football at a high level, so for me to be able to just say, hey, you know, I'm a female now, and then just go do all these women's sports, that's not fair, fam. For me to turn around and go drop 10-5 right now in 100 meter as a female just because I said, like, that's not, like, what? Like, women have worked their whole lives and grinded to get to where they are in their sports, and so for a male to come into that sport. Lacrosse? No.
I promise you that ain't what y'all want.
No, well, they're just talking about the bill in general got passed in North Carolina, but the lady that I was just talking about how she got hurt with the neck and head injury, she was spiked with the volleyball.
Oh, volleyball, okay.
Yeah, she spiked with volleyball.
Oh,
So you can imagine the
I know
force.
that. I know. Yeah.
My 315 bench coming up. But come on, fam.
Athletes from competing on teams based on their gender identity. Instead, it would be based on their biological sex at birth. It applies to public and private schools.
This bill is a pro-safety bill, and this bill is a pro-common sense bill.
About 15 transgender students have been cleared to play under a policy by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. Critics of the bill blasted it as an attack on the LGBTQ community, being part of a national trend of bills impacting transgender kids.
What you see today is a brazen copycat attempt to write discrimination against transgender people into North Carolina law.
It's gonna always turn into something, fam.
That's what I was saying earlier,
It's gonna
fam.
always turn into some mother.
That's what I was trying to tell you, bro. And that's what I was trying to say. Like, yeah, we could give them, like, we could make a different league, you know, with a different gender for them. But at the end of the day, whatever they identify as is what they want to be known as.
Facts.
So if for you to say, for them to say they're a female, for you to tell them that they're not, they're a they, or they're this or whatever, you know, you say, and you don't agree with them, it's gonna spark controversy. So at the end of the day, like, no one's gonna be happy. But like, you gotta realize, bro, like, people out here have daughters, moms, and when you just look at the physical dominance aspect of it, like, bro, my little sister and my little brother are 4 months apart. They play the same sports and shit, bro. I couldn't imagine my little sister trying to guard my little brother, bro. He would hurt her.
In football, for
He
sure.
would hurt her, bro. And so it's just like, I understand, but it's like, I don't know. It's just one of those controversial topics where you can never
I only
come.
understand because on the aspect of we're also saying we need to be able to accept people for who they are.
And I agree with
But that
that.
contradicts with the sports and shit. Like, it's like
It's not that we don't accept you. It's a safety factor. Like, you gotta understand, like,
right. They gotta understand. I get it.
and so
That shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, safety.
no, it's
And
one of
a
those.
whole bunch of other stuff, but the main reason is safety. You got a girl up here that's been suffering injuries because y'all put a man on a women's field.
No, I see, and to me, like, it's one of those things where, like, no one's gonna be happy, and like how she's saying, like, you know, you not agreeing means you're attacking the LGBTQ community. I don't agree
not
with that.
true.
I don't, because I support. I feel like you should be comfortable in your own skin. However, whatever you want to do is your business.
I support you.
I
Support that,
support
but
you
when you make that
100%.
decision, you make sacrifices, and unfortunately, you have to sacrifice that.
I don't know. I just come from the perspective
Your
of
daddy just hit me up.
I have a mother. It's probably the fantasy football
It
league.
is.
It's just I come from the perspective I have a mother. I have a sister and I have a son. I don't have a daughter, but I have a son, which gives me that perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, like, I can only imagine having a daughter who wants to play, you know, basketball, or, you know, she's doing whatever, and she's competing against someone who was born a male, and say she takes a James Harden, Ron Artest elbow from this grown man. Man, that's gonna hurt her. Like, that's gonna hurt her.
Yeah, that's what that girl's already saying.
Right. So, I don't know. It's just one of those controversial topics. At the end of the day, no one's going to be happy, but, I mean, what has to be done has to be done. At the end of the day, I don't know.
You ain't got to sugarcoat it for them niggas.
Denying trans kids this opportunity is unfair, unnecessary,
It's really simple.
and sends a dangerous message.
Mecklenburg County Representative Tricia Cotham, who recently switched parties and gave Republicans a veto-proof supermajority, supported the bill in a committee Wednesday. When she campaigned last year, she wrote on her website that LGBTQ plus youth are under attack by Republican state legislatures. She did not answer questions about her vote. The Senate will vote on its own version of this bill tomorrow, which currently does not extend to colleges. Supporters of this do expect legal challenges, especially as the Biden administration is trying to limit the reach of laws like this. Live in Raleigh, Michael Hyland, CBS 17 News.
All right, Michael, thank you.
You won't have to.
Yeah, fam. So, where I'm at with that video, as far as North Carolina, gonna be real with y'all, bro. Like, that's a law that I think they did the right thing. And like I told you at the beginning of the video, I support the LGBTQ community. You know, I feel like, you know, whatever makes you happy, you should do. You should be comfortable in your own skin. Whatever you want to identify as, you should be able to identify as. But at the same time, you know, there's leagues to this. I believe that males should compete with males, females should compete with females. Once you start crossing over, It creates a competitive disadvantage.
Y'all heard my point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to just elaborate real quick, if you got common sense and logic, then you can say
You sound like the lady from that shit.
Then you can say that when they change their body, they made sacrifices. I understand that y'all want to play. Like, I'm not blind to the fact. I have common sense that I'm not blind to the fact, but I also have logic. That's just not logic.
Hey, that's what we got to say, bro. Like the video, comment what y'all want to see next, subscribe. Road to 20K. We love each and every single one of y'all. OTB bros. We out, gang.